Welcome back. Look, this is one of the questions I get asked a lot. Why do you call yourself the king of the tops? Look, and today I'm about to answer this question for y'all because I think people get it confused. Now, before people get in the comments and start stating their opinions, because we gonna talk about it here. I already know it's gonna be somebody in the comments that's gonna say this. Being the top is just a position. And you know what? That's your opinion and that's your preference. I understand that, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to give my opinion. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. Because if being the top is just a position to you, then cool. But for me, it's always meant something bigger. So let's get into it. Look, when I created King of the Tops, I wasn't thinking about the bedroom. I was thinking about leadership. There's not enough people out here that's actually trying to lead the community instead of trying to the community. You feel me? I was thinking about accountability. I was thinking about maturity. I was thinking about becoming the type of man people can depend on, becoming the type of man that younger generations can look up and follow in some type of way. I'm not perfect, you feel me? But I understand people hear top and automatically think sex. And that's exactly why so many people miss the message. Because King of the Tops was never about what happens behind closed doors. You feel me? We gonna have segments where we talk about that. It's about what happens in your everyday life. To me, being a top is a mentality. It's leadership, it's discipline, it's integrity. It's being that type of person who can lead themselves before they're trying to lead anybody else. Now, let me say this before somebody tries to twist my words. I'm not saying bottoms don't have these qualities. I'm not saying verse guys don't have these qualities. I'm not saying trans don't have these qualities. I'm not saying sides don't have these qualities. You feel me? I'm not saying verse tops versus bottoms. I'm not saying other people don't have these qualities because some people absolutely do. Matter of fact, I met bottoms with more leadership skills than some tops. I've met bottoms that was more responsible, more mature, more disciplined, and more emotional intelligent than people who claim they're leaders. I've met more verse guys who can run businesses and take care of their families, keep a word, and handle their responsibilities like kings. So this isn't me saying tops are better. That's never been my message. So please don't get that confused. My message is that leadership, accountability, discipline, and character are qualities we all should strive regardless of our position or preference. And the reason why I use the word top is because that's the perspective I relate to. I'm a top. That's my experience. That's part of my brand. You feel me? That's my lane. But the values I'm talking about, baby, those are universal. Anybody can have character. Anybody can have integrity. Anybody can be dependable. Anybody can be a leader. So if you're a bottom and you're doing those things, hey, look, I salute you. And if you're a verse and you're doing those things, I salute you too. Because being a king isn't about what position you are. It's about how you carry yourself when life starts testing you. But let me dissect this a little bit more. Look, everybody wants the title, even though it's more bottoms than tops. But very few people want the responsibility. You feel me? Everybody wants to be a king until it's time to make king decisions. Everybody wants respect until it's time to be respectable. Everybody wants influence until it's time to become a positive influence. You get what I'm saying? Y'all following along? For the people in the back. Leadership sounds good until leadership requires sacrifice. Until leadership means showing up when you're tired. Leadership means taking accountability when nobody else wants to. That's the part people don't post on social media. They post the crown, they don't post the work. And that's what King of the Tops is really about. It's about challenging men to become the best version of themselves. Not the richest, not the most popular, not the most attractive, the best version of themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Can you communicate like an adult? Can you admit when you're wrong? Can you apologize without making excuses? Can you handle rejection without becoming bitter? Can you celebrate somebody? Can you celebrate somebody else's success without becoming jealous? Can you control your emotions instead of letting your emotions control you? Because that's the real power. Anybody can get angry. Anybody can blame everybody else. Anybody can point some fingers. But it takes a different kind of strength to look your ass in the mirror and say, you know what? Self, I need to work on me. That's king behavior. That's one of the reasons I created this platform. Because I felt like there were plenty of pages telling people how to date. Plenty of pages telling people how to get attention. Plenty of pages telling people how to go viral. But not enough people talking about growth. Talking about healing. Talking about the things that make people uncomfortable to talk about. Not enough of that. So that's why I call myself the king of the tops. So y'all have a good one. Stay toxic what? In a good way. Because if they knew better, they'll do better.
in the head with something.
Family lied to me, who my real sis. That's the type of shit I gotta deal